that the Fury and Ngannou fight did around 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. The early numbers are saying. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that's an international number. It was also available on like TNT overseas. I think Usyk fought on TNT his last pay-per-view versus Daniel the Boys. I know they was reporting that Fury actually accomplished 500K with Derek Chisora. They also saying that the gate could have generated as much as $12 million. These are early number predictions. But let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. So, I mean, good numbers. I mean, you could just tell by the celebrity that was there. I ain't seen that many celebrities at a fight prices Mayweather and Pacquiao. I mean, you had Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player there. Ye showed up, aka Kanye West was there. I mean, it was just a number of different people that showed up and showed out to that fight. I mean, Rampage was there. Shannon Briggs was there. It was a star-studded event, you know, and that's how, like, off note real quick. That's how people get comfortable going overseas, over to Dubai. And you see all these young women, you know, going to jail. I mean, it's the latter lady, the one that got into it with the security and kind of grabbed the security because she needed help putting her back brace back on. You know, she was passing through. I think that was bullshit. That's why she got let go. But you know, people get so comfortable over there because it's like the United States. I think they allow alcohol in certain venues over there. You go over there, it's modernized now. They put money into their city. They didn't. I mean, I could compare it to Charlotte, North Carolina. When I went down there in the 90s, like the mid to late 90s, they didn't have nothing. I mean, you had to go 30 miles just to find a Blockbuster. Now I went down there 3 or 4 decades later, right? And now it's industrialized. They got everything. They got restaurants. They got 3 malls. They got a roof, Chris. They got pretty much almost got everything. Everything is brand new. It's industrialized. And that's kind of like over there in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. Everything is industrialized, man. They got malls. I mean, you can ride dune buggy. They got, you know, things to do. And people get over there and get comfortable and forget where they at and think they back in the U.S. And that's how they get in trouble, breaking laws. I mean, what about the soccer player over there in Turkey? I know that's not the Saudi Arabia, but he hugged the lady. It was just a good, nice gesture, and they sentenced him to 15 lashes. He ended up getting out of it. They probably paid for him to get out of it. I forget the name of the soccer star. So people get comfortable and forget the rules and forget the regulations, and you'll get in trouble. As a man, they probably got more leniency on you, but with the women, or when a woman is involved, they don't. And it's, you know, now that they industrialize over there a lot, guess what they doing now? Now they throwing their money around the sports world to get sports attractions over there. And now when they get athletes there, they feel like they're at home. But you got to remember, too, you got to respect their customs. You got to respect their rules, especially when you're coming from the Western side of the world where, you know, you can talk to a woman, you can hug a woman. You know, over there, if she not your wife or whatever, you can't do none of that over there. So you got to remember that. And that's not going to change. Not while the Saudis are in power and they running their own stuff. So that's why, you know, you see, you know, they have more success amongst their men and their women because their women know their place and they don't give women a free will. This is why early United States history that women didn't, you know, they didn't do what they wanted to do. They didn't have any rights. And now what you're seeing is women have all the rights and now having all the power with the system behind them, in which now you're seeing why they didn't give women rights. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying now you see why. It was manifested in the United States and in the western side of the world. But no, I digress. But, you know, with Fury and Ngannou, now people starting to get comfortable. Now it's starting to become an attraction. Now they're going to lure more big fights and more athletes over there. Don't be surprised if they don't try to get their own, like, NBA league going over there and stuff of that nature. So, you know, and they treat them well. And as long as you can follow and stick to their customs, you won't have no problems. But if you can't stick to them customs, you know, then that's always going to be something that's held against them. Where I come to the United States and I can walk in with 4 or 5 different women and I can knock them all down without, you know, ridicule, without backlash, without regulation. So it is what it is, and vice versa for the woman. I can throw this thing around where I want to throw it around at. You know, when you try to, you know, box these, you know, liberal people into a conservative box like over there in Saudi Arabia, that's kind of where they're going to have hangups at. But nonetheless, man, that it was a star-studded fight. It actually was a better event than I thought it was. I was asleep, and I seen, you know, it was, Lion Killer, go check out his channel, Lion Killer Podcast. He was like, yeah, it starts at 2 o'clock. So I was at 2 o'clock. They was like, oh, the card is just starting. They won't be ring walking for 3 or 4 hours. Man, I went right back to sleep. No cap. I went right back to sleep, man. Like, I slept like a motherfucker this weekend, boy. I tell you. That wasn't even a plan. I had things I had to do. I did most of the stuff I had to do. I had a few more things on the menu to do. But, man, I slept good as hell. I took a muscle relaxer Friday. Man, I was slept through Saturday and Sunday. You know, but, you know, nonetheless, I woke up, watched the fight. I was like, oh, this competitive. Let me go to my computer to watch it. And I went down from my phone to my computer. He dropped Fury. And Ngannou surprised me. He sure did. He surprised me. And they can do it again and make just as much money. So, at the end of the day, Ngannou did what he was supposed to do. And Fury did what he was supposed to do, honestly, to make the fight a rematch. You know, Fury showed up half-assed probably. And Ngannou showed up 100% game. That way, when Fury going to probably show up as a beast and he can beat Usyk, and then they can run the rematch back and make even more money. So, you know, some people saying, is it a setup? I wouldn't put nothing past boxing. I wouldn't put nothing past these guys for it being a setup. But he did elbow Ngannou, and Ngannou ate that shit. He came out with a big-ass right hand, and then Ngannou ate it. This is what happened when you don't weigh, you know, 20, 30 pounds heavier than everybody else. You fighting guys your size. And that's why a lot of people didn't respect the Klitschko, because they was born, and they fought behind their height and their size and their reach. And a lot of times they didn't take chances. Italy took some chances, but a lot of times they didn't take no chances. You know, a lot of times they didn't take no chances. So Fury just a product of being bigger than everybody else, not more skilled. Everything was even. Fury would be a marginal journeyman heavyweight. Let's keep it real. He beat Deontay Wilder because he outweighed him. And last night, well, Saturday night, he had a 5-pound weight advantage. But as far as the gate and all that stuff, I'm not surprised. They had everybody named mama up in there. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's probably they probably don't get much backhand money because they was guaranteed so much money. The Saudis put up so much money, probably ain't much backhand money involved in it. So, that's the crazy thing about it. So, they probably got a lot of upfront money. They might get a little bit of backhand money, but for the most part, they got a lot of upfront money. They got a lot of upfront money. So with that being said, they guarantees they might make a couple million, a couple 100,000 on the back end. But their guarantee is they guarantee. And the Saudis had to make their money back. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they made the majority of their money back. So but it was a better event than I thought, at least the main event. I ain't watched Andrew Tabiti fight. I ain't watched nothing else. But it was a better main event than I thought it was gonna be for sure. 1,000%. So at the end of the day, you know, the MMA world reigns supreme. You know, the MMA world reigns supreme. And they talking their shit and they popping their shit. But I think Fury probably gonna want to do it again. You know. And, you know, it was talks about him not training and him half-assing and all that. You gotta take everybody serious, but you know, for them to gross 125 million in pay-per-view, do 1.2 million, even if it is international, 125 million generated. What they say they put up about 60 million pounds for the fight. So they done doubled their money back off the purses. So they more than doubled their money back. Plus when you factor in the gate that they got, $112 million gate. So it ain't no telling what else, merchandise and all that other stuff. So they done made their money back, for sure. They done made their money back. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's good for them. You know, that's more numbers than Ngannou ever did in the UFC. That's more than Fury ever did in the boxing. So, they probably going to leave in with a couple more extra dollars on the back end in a few months. So, but yeah, I don't really blame them. You got to get your money, bro. You know, and if they is set up for a rematch, I mean, that's why Floyd carried Conor McGregor for a rematch. But McGregor got tired of Dana White hands being in his pocket, so he trying to get away from Dana White before they do the rematch again. But the way his career is kind of going, his trajectory, man, I mean, he can always keep talking, but he trash. Conor McGregor fell off a long time ago, if we being honest, and his body breaking down. And as much as you see him drinking and all that stuff, it's no surprise. If you're gonna last in combat sports, boy, you better have defense and you better live a clean lifestyle. That's damn near in any sport. But yeah, man, you know, so those are some numbers that's projected to come out, and you know, we'll see probably around Thursday or Friday what the official numbers is. But if they did anything close to that, you know, the Saudis are great businessmen, so I would see them, you know, I don't see them putting that money up knowing they couldn't turn a hard profit. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Shout out to Box Room playlist and Heavyweight Boxing Talk playlist. Peace.